dog down here. You see?
Seems that envy is my sin.
Oh, what's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of What's in the Box. I am your host, Death Metal Hero, and with me is my very special guest, Monster.
Mr. Klaus, what's up, Bubba?
What is up, man? Am I in the box? Is that what's going on? Is that what it is? Is this the big reveal? Am I coming out? What's that? What's going on? Hey, I'm feeling great, man. I just put out a lot of books today, and Monster MD is being really well received. Everyone's loving it. And I'm finally getting to do a show with you, which I've been looking forward to forever, man.
Hell yeah,
talked about
man!
This ages ago, it's
right?
Damn time.
Yeah. Back on writing pros, man. Like after I got this shirt, I was like, dude, as soon as I get this book, you gotta come hang out. Actually, yeah. I kind of came up with the concept for this show after I got this shirt. Because then Jason sent me sent me the Absolute Valkyrie print from the last campaign. And that was the first What's in the Box I did. Was that, and then after that he and I started doing topic lists. But yeah, the concept for this show kind of came after I got this shirt, so it's awesome to finally have you here and have the book. Yes, and I cannot wait. Indeed. So yes, what's so I guess fulfillment, it's just kind of consumed your life right now, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like all I do, but I love it too. There's a rush. Oh yeah, like it's like every time I slap a label on, someone gets that email and knows that it's coming, and they could be, they can rest easy, and then they get it and they're like, hell yeah, this is like one of the better books I've read in a really long time, Or I'm getting all these great feedback from people that say who aren't into American comics, they've gone full manga, but I'm like the thing keeping them reading American comics, which makes me so happy. Yes. Like I love that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's fun, man. It's a one-sit read, a lot of people are saying, which I thought was kind of cool.
That's awesome. That means people don't want to put it down.
Yeah, my dad said he didn't believe that. I was like, piss off. Right?
Well, whatever, old man.
Shut up, Dad.
That's like your opinion, man.
You can't live here anymore, Dad. Get out.
Get out, man. This is awesome. I'm excited for this book, man. Yeah. I mean, like I said, this is one of my favorite shirts, and you can even ask people around, like the people I've worked with, the people that hang with, like my regulars in the comic shop. They see this shirt on a regular basis. I like this shirt quite a bit.
Yeah. I can tell, man. It suits you. You look badass, and it's got that like death metal Warren badass look.
Well, the thing about me of an old Overkill album cover. Like their old the old Overkill logo with the bat wings and whatnot. It said Overkill. Yeah,
or even Motley Crue, like a little bit, or It's definitely, and what's cool about it is it's topical to the plot of Monster MD. That is the monster doctor's medical symbol, and it's kind of an evil take on the classic medical symbol most of us know. Of course, unfortunately, except it's not the actual one. The actual one is just a snake and a staff. I'm playing off the one we see on TV far too often because people make this mistake, and it's got the two snakes and the angel wings, and it's more epic. So I'm like, well, I can do more heavy metal stuff with that. So
totally. It's more visually striking.
Yeah, and that's what I want with my brand. Like, I want it to have that, like, dude, is that a band? Is that, like, what is that? Because to me, that's when comics get interesting again, in that space between, if that makes sense. So
yeah, when they try to step outside of just being comics, when they go for that epic sphere. I mean, comics really are the children of, like, fantasy epics. I mean, Frank Frazetta, the godfather of fantasy illustration, right? What did he do? He also made comics. But he also painted, badass covers that were a part of, American history with Conan, and then got co-opted by, heavy metal and rock and roll bands from here until the end of time.
Yes. And what a great spurt of growth and of barbarian fantasy epics that led to, Masters of the Universe and awesomeness.
The way culture saw barbarians, because before the book covers were they were Roman gladiators, basically. They weren't like barbarians. They weren't, they were awfully civilized for barbarians. I mean, as far as like dress and tools and stuff like that. No, he really dug deep into like, what would this, almost Neanderthal, barbarian type person look like? Yeah. And changed the way we saw that.
He took that risk because no one else was doing it. And look at that payoff, baby.
That's right.
I love that. I love it when that happens with artists.
Now you are still live on Indiegogo, right? Still in demand for
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. So link is in the chat. Hello, Flying Feline. Skull to you. Maxworks is here. Awesome.
What up, Maxworks?
That's right. Hail Frog G. Also tossing the link in. Can always count on Frog G to toss the link, man.
Thanks, Frog.
Oh, we've got a red Valkyrie. She says, "Oh my God, a wild Vaughn."
It's true. There is no other type of Vaughn.
Let's see. Frog G says he's still waiting on his. Should be here tomorrow. Oh, the anticipation is killing him.
Yeah, man, it's fun getting people their books.
Lord Crackhead. I can't imagine. I can only imagine, man. I've sold a couple of pieces of artwork, and just like the minor thrill of people getting like the artwork, and they're like, "Oh my God, it's great! It's better in person," or whatever. They're super happy to have it. Like that small little thing. I can only imagine how exponentially more it is to fulfill a campaign. Now, how many pages are in this book that I'm about to pop open?
144.
144 pages.
It's got a little bit of bonus content slid in from the sketchbook. The sketchbook is around 70-something pages. I can't remember. But that's meaty too for a sketchbook. I think that's pretty badass. I wanted to do it right. I wanted it to look like an old medical journal out of Dr. Black's medical van and just be kind of nasty and occultish and weird and funny. But yeah. And did you get the sketchbook too, or is it just the book?
I think I just got the book because I wasn't I was actually, this is one of the first campaigns that I backed, actually. It was this. It was actually, let me bring up my my little Indiegogo chart here. I
on your list.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just checking my contributions. Yeah, I backed Shinobi Sasquatch, Deathsworn, and Monster MD all on the same day.
You're a man of taste. You're a man of taste.
I like to think so.
Dude, you just did like the unholy quadruple, what I don't know what we call us, but yeah, that was because
the holy triptych of terror.
Yeah, there we go. Because like all those books, like we're all friends and we all kind of were like elbow to elbow together in the trenches of comic making with our campaigns. And I think I've made some really great friends from that crew. From all those guys, and like it's
good crew of dudes there. Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Good books.
Yeah. So
I love Deathsworn. I'm like I'm like a Deathsworn fan for life.
That book is gonna be so damn good.
Yeah, and people are gonna go, "Why didn't I support that?" And I'm gonna be like, "Because I should have been paying attention. Deathsworn is it, man." Like it's it. I just love books like that myself.
Well, I mean,
I love stuff like that.
You have story and you have art. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and bring up your campaign here. If I can do this without Boomer in it.
Shinobi Sasquatch is gonna kill it. It's gonna be such a killer book.
For
what
sure.
else? Yeah, just good taste.
Thank you. But yeah, well, like I said, this was one of the first campaigns that I've backed, and so far, with the exception of a certain red cock, I have received every single one that I have backed.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, Deathsworn's still in production. Shinobi Sasquatch is still in production, but I'm not worried. I have gotten every single campaign that I have backed so far, with the exception of Red Rooster.
Okay,
but
unless you open that up right there and like the sheet cake,
and there's nothing.
It's just meatloaf.
It's just air popped cardboard. It's slightly weighted.
I can't wait for you to open
troll.
That, man. Yeah, seriously. Talk about the ultimate bluing of the balls. Because I could feel it. I could feel my fans' blue balls every day. You guys emailed me. You're like, "Win," and I'm like, "I'm gonna do it. I'm trying."
It's coming. I swear to God, man.
Like, I've never made this much content, and I've never made this much content at this like level. Oh shit, we broke 95,000. I didn't know that. Okay.
Death Metal Hero exclusive.
Celebrate good times. Come on.
Hell yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for that. That's amazing. I like it a lot.
Let me celebrate for you. Hang on just a second.
Oh,
so while I gear up for my celebration here, why don't you tell us what led to the inspiration for Dr. Wyatt Black and his assistant Heidi?
You know, it was a nightmare I had, man. The guy was trying to help a werewolf that was tied down, and it was snapping at him, and it was just cool as hell in my head. It was a cool visual. Nice. He's trying to help this thing that's trying to hurt him. And I was like, that'd be a cool Monster Doctor idea. I had this other Monster Doctor idea that was supposed to be more like Disney Family Pixar-y. Back then, I was a kid in film school, like trying to be a screenwriter and learning story and learning craft and stuff. It was fun. And I learned a lot, but like, yeah, I was trying to come up. You have your bag of ideas, right? Well, that was just some shitty Pixar wannabe idea for kids. Well, after that nightmare, I realized how much cooler that idea could be if I took it more adult and just into the comics realm, the realm that I love.
You could really lean into it then.
Yeah, I could just be me. I could just all the things I love in one place and make it fun, make a good story around it. And it was that natural as a kid who grew up like painting Frankenstein monster models and nerding out over horror with my mom, you know, and Elvira. I like grew up in the horror boom of the 80s where everything was really creative and over the top and trashy, but we loved it and it entertained the hell out of us. And we had a damn good time. And a lot of creative people came out of that era who were amazing and visionary. And a lot of great films are still being, music. The birth of the music video. I mean, all this great stuff. Technology went crazy.
The video killed the radio star.
Yep. And these were all anthems for a generation called Generation X. That was mine. And like, this is the type of stuff we're making now. It's got that. People say it's sometimes Monster MD has that 80s feel, But yeah, I also hope it has a lot of manga influence because that gets me too. A lot of manga readers are like, dude, like, this is what I want out of indie comics in America. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, I've actually been thinking that I should start checking out some manga because a lot of like the really, I don't know, the really, good selling stories, that's where it's at. I mean, like the lowest selling manga over there, outsells the highest selling mainstream book over here, and that's I mean, granted, over there they have a culture geared more towards reading, and it's more celebrated, rather than you're a reader, you dumbass. That whole like cult of idiocy that Isaac Asimov talked about. That's why there is manga in train stations, because people need entertainment.
Well, they're making it accessible in a way that people can read it on the go, and I don't think American comics is doing that. Like, well,
that's because we're not in the newsstand anymore. There really is no newsstand.
Their little books, man, are awesome to just like grab and go with. In American comics, I've done it with, but it can be kind of awkward, Anyway, digital, it's everywhere. You can take it anywhere. I know.
Little perfect bound. I mean, this is a sketchbook, but I mean, they're about this size,
Dude, like I went to Barnes and Noble, okay, going to Barnes and Noble is like going to it's weird now. I don't know if I'm really just getting old or what, but it's fucking creepy. Like for instance, the self transformation section is all witchcraft books, all of it, all witchcraft. That's all self transformation is now. It's just becoming a witch. Okay. And then I'm walking around, and every time I go and I check out the American comic book section, and every time it's like fucking like a killer has come and taken like a chunk of it away and replaced it with like pop dolls, little pops, those fucking pops, man.
Oh, God. The same thing that's happening in comic shops is now happening in Barnes and Noble. The comics are being replaced by vinyl shit.
And the manga takes up more and more shelves, man. It's amazing, the manga. And when a little girl saw the American comics first, like her family walked into the aisle and saw them first, and the first words that came out of her mouth were manga. And her parents were like, yeah, I think that's over there. And she turns around and it was like, you know, a sprawling Harry Potter library full of manga.
Right.
You know.
And then it all looks the same. Each story, you know, is unified in its design. So it's easy to find the next volume. It's easy to pick up where you left off.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
They're selling those, man. They're selling those.
They really are. But you know what? We selling comics over here too.
Yeah.
You know, let's
start.
It is indeed. So
fucking cool, man. 95K.
Go ahead.
That's amazing.
Congratulations. Actually, what I wanted to do before I dive into this, and Max says congratulations on the 95K.
Thanks.
And Red Valkyrie says you shouldn't be feeling your fans' balls. That's a loss.
Oh, see, my manager's telling me what's up. Thanks. I wonder who got the coveted Von. Yeah, whoever got the Von Kingdom copy, I hope they reach out because you're in the Von Kingdom club, and I should do one of those for like every campaign.
Nice.
Von Kingdom club.
I've been stuck to that shirt too long not to get one. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Sweet. It's I got myself, or they sent me one. It's kind of like a thank you because they're awesome over there at Crypto Fashion. You should check them out. Because they make my shirts. There's other Monster MD shirts than that one. There's other designs to choose from. There's a Heidi one that's kind of hot that a few people have gotten. But yeah, their shirts are good quality. They're soft. They feel good. They like just get comfortable to hang out in. Like I noticed that. I worked in mine for a bit and I was just like, hell yeah, this is good. This is good stuff.
Well, and the cool thing about the print is that it distresses in its own unique way. They actually send a little card with it. It says, hey, as you wash this, it will distress in its own unique fashion. You know, wash it more if you want that more distressed look. You know, wash it less and turn it inside out if you want to maintain the print.
Yeah, right.
Which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those prints. I wanted it to look beaten to hell. Like I want my shirt to look like it belonged to some death metal band from forever ago that nobody knows anything about. You know, and they disappeared in like the eye of a typhoon in the Bermuda Triangle while like reciting the satanic rites or something crazy. Like, I just wanted to look like badass. Like,
trying to raise
that's my brand. Like, that's the Vons. That's what I'm going for. It's because I grew up in bands when I was young and in high school stuff. You're in bands, so I was doing. I like doing our flyer art. I like designing the logos. I like doing all that, and from that, it kind of birthed my aesthetic that I think I still have. Like a soft spot for this day, for that rock and roll feel, like that, that like lived in punk, whatever, like, you know, I don't know, a heavy metal brand, I guess you can call it, whatever you want. I haven't really thought of a name for it. I was just like, I just been thinking about it lately.
That's I don't know. It's just it's an extension of kind of who you are, the kind of the music that you listen to, like that underground indie rock, underground punk, metal aesthetic. You know, wearing all black leather, you know.
Yeah. I mean,
bullet belts, that kind of thing. I get it.
Yeah, like those are going to be Monster MD fans, I think. Like those are my fans. Those are my like a bunch of bikers with bullet belts,
in there with patches everywhere.
That's what the Von Kingdom Club is going to be. You're going to get patched. You can get patched in like in a biker gang and shit.
Hell yeah.
and then I buy you beer. It's cool.
That sounds fucking fantastic.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I don't know. And then, from the 80s horror that I've always loved, I've always just loved comedy horror stuff too. And Monster MD just lended itself so well to it. I was like,
hell yeah. Well, and the art style that you went with lends itself to that as well. Like really well. You can do the humor, but you can also do very serious.
Yeah, man. When I first saw Monica's art, I was like, you made me laugh and you made me horrified at the same time. Like, and it feels like an animation that I really want to watch. And you get creepy and you get cute too. Like Or she knows how to fucking make that work. So like, I'm basically blessed to have worked with Monica. Without Monica, this book wouldn't have been what it is, you know. As a guy, I worked with a previous artist on this, so I have like actual proof too. Like I worked with a different indie artist years ago, and I was just like messing around back then, kind of making comics and like having fun and just putting it up for free online. Just learning. You're still learning, right?
Sure.
And
you're trying to tell your story. You're trying to sharpen your chops. Yeah, I get it.
Right. Like it's fun to do. You know, you have your job, you have your other things, but you've got comics to fall back to and just enjoy, but not have to stress about. You know. But yeah, it ended up getting weird because the guy wouldn't turn in the last pages to me, so it was like this unfinished story that I really loved. Like I loved this story. What am I going to do? And when I saw Monica's art, I was like, well, if I was going to do the book from page 1 over, this is the artist to do it with. Yeah. So when Monica said yes, I was like, we're doing this book. We're starting all the way over.
This now.
And we're going to make it the best thing we can, man. We
already
had one trial run. Like, now let's do it for real. So.
Right. I mean, you know, that was
upset.
Cat's like, it took long enough.
Get in here, weirdo.
Right?
Okay.
Let me in.
Well, yeah.
I have to leave the door open, otherwise they'll be.
Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah.
Scratching at the door, wanting in.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and watch this trailer.
Jasper, you're like a jealous ex. Quit rubbing on the mic. Oh shit.
Almost eaten by a werewolf, seduced by a succubus, a drug deal with a vampire, charades with the Slender Man. It's all in a night's work for Dr. Wyatt Black, also known as Monster MD. Hi, I'm Klaus. I recently finished work on John Malin and Mark Polton's Graveyard Shift Volume 2, and I'm here to share a comic that is going to rock the indie scene with you. Monster MD is a story about Dr. Wyatt Black, a fallen from grace surgeon who's now the underground doctor to the local monsters. Coupled with his invisible surgical assistant, Heidi, he gets into hilarious and horrific misadventures in monster mending. Dr. Black wants out of the game, though. He doesn't think he has what it takes to practice cryptocology. But when Heidi is kidnapped by his worst nightmare, the monster-killing madman that took his arm and ruined his medical career, he must depend on his paranormal patience more than he ever thought possible. Will Dr. Black be able to confront what scares him the most? The very monsters that he wants to give up on? And is Heidi hot or what under that invisibility? I've been making comics for years, guys. And it's all led up to this. My most ambitious project yet. With mind-melting art by Marco McCagney, who you may know from Zombie Tramp and Vamp Blade. Colors by the incomparable Tanya Wicker, who did flawless work on The Signal. And letters by Eric the Man Weathers, letterer on Earthworm Jim. This is a high-quality indie story with heart that you do not want to miss. Not to mention, it has nearly every
on and on. I do. It's too long, man.
Hidden throughout the book.
Well, you know,
I'm different now.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm really overselling it.
But I mean, look at the artwork; it's beautiful.
Comedy,
you know, even in black and white,
complex characters.
It's gorgeous.
More than you'd expect.
And
even people who
a lot of emotion
tell me
out of the characters.
Everything they love.
Have fun, Shay. Thanks for stopping in. We appreciate you.
I love you, Shay.
Help to bring this monster to life.
See you, Red Vow.
Definitely gonna need a checkup. Thanks so much for your support, guys.
I just go on and on.
Yeah. Well, you know better for next time. So
yeah,
you know,
maybe
$95,046. So.
Smoke a bowl for me tonight, everybody. Get down with your man and or woman tonight, everybody. This is an awesome moment, man. And I wouldn't rather have this moment with anyone else, Luke.
Hell yeah, man. glad you could be here for this, man.
This is you're my kind of fan. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's funny, man, because interacting with you and Clint over you were actually being interviewed by Clint about the book. And you know, I threw a couple of super chats and we were just kind of like hanging out in the chat, and that was like the beginning of my interaction with like this scene in general.
Yeah,
because I hadn't really hung out with Fraga. I hadn't really, you know, I just started to hang out with Fraga, and I hadn't really started hanging out with Shay. So I mean, like, I was really new to this scene, and you know, I was like, well, shit, this dude's rocking my exact aesthetic right here. Look at this book. yeah, this is my kind of people. Like, I need to check. Oh, look at this Deathsworn book.
Yeah.
That's my shit too. Like,
dude.
Okay, yeah.
I love our section on the shelf over here. Like, I just love it. I stand by it. Like, I love these books that all my different buddies have been making. I can't keep up with all of them. They're so good. I'm looking forward to Fatal. I'm looking forward to
Hell yeah, Charlie. Oh man.
Charlie,
so much talent.
Clint will kill it too,
right?
Yeah.
Speaking of talent, what's up, Replicant? And Zaid, we got Phil in the audience. What's going on, y'all? So, all right, let's go ahead and I'll switch my camera here, and we'll get to the main event.
Hey, Jasper. What up, kitty? Oh, it's like it's a dissection video. Yes. Yes, make the incision there along the line, not too firmly as to damage the inner contents. Yes. See, this is how a monster doctor would do it. Yes. All right. Well done, Luke.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Been working on my incisions.
The best bris I've ever been to, Luke.
Well, you know, I've been practicing on the the mat board.
Yes, quiet. Oh, baby.
Oh, look at that.
Juicy goodies. Yeah, I figured start with the gifts. Why was I hiding them at first?
Oh no, man. Yeah, look. Here's the goodies. Here's the appetizer to whet your appetite. Here, let me
oh, that's a good way to think of that. Yeah. There's a shrimp cocktail.
Right?
Yeah.
Here, let me see. There we go. Now we're centered. Sometimes it's hard to tell. I have several different blocks to move things up and down on this thing.
That's all the stretch goalie fun that I could put in a little cookie bag from Amazon. Yeah. My mom made a lot, shout out to my mom. She made a bunch of these. She really did. Because she's awesome. I mean, I hope I didn't trigger the arthritis too much when we made these together. We had fun. We watched Bret Michaels Rock of Love and talk shit about everybody on it. Best show ever.
Hell yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, it's good to spend time with your mom.
Yeah,
and it's cool that she got to help you with it.
Like, I've gotten to the age where like my mom and I can both call women whores together on TV, and I just really enjoy that.
It's a bonding experience. Look at
this whore, mom. Oh, what a whore!
It shows the bonding experience. It shows how much you've grown. Able to see things.
If you're able to bond with your mom over whores, do it. It's fun. It's enriching for the whole family.
All right, look at this.
Oh yeah,
there it is. Oh my goodness. And I did get the sketchbook.
Oh, that is the bonus floppy crossover.
That's the bonus. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I didn't get the sketchbook.
I might have to
go back and get the sketchbook.
I might have to just send you one.
I mean,
as a thank you for having me on your show.
Shit, man, I'd have you on my show anyway. We homies.
I know, but yeah, baby.
Wow.
It's API printed this, and they did a fantastic job. As you can see, it's a pretty thick book.
Look at this thickness.
Stands out on a shelf, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
You get a lot of content for your money, and I like that. I wanted that to be one of the staples of this book too. Yeah.
I love these self-sealing boards.
Yeah,
self-sealing bags.
Those are a pain in the ass, but I think it's worth it for the backers,
Well,
because I love those too. Like, I'd love to get my shit and stuff like that.
Well, the horror of being a kid and like trying to get a comic out of the bag and board and having to worry about the tape coming back and sticking to the cover, especially if it's an old one and the color is not something anyway.
Yeah,
like we're lucky now. We got this glorious coated stuff. Holy shit, dude! Sorry, I just got distracted. It's real pretty and shiny. Yeah, like I like the self-sealing ones just because I don't have to worry about getting tape on the cover. I have fucked up some comics that way, dude. This cover, it's got that delicious feeling matte.
Satin matte,
satin matte, and you've got this
soft matte.
What is it? Spot gloss? Is that what they call this?
This is spot gloss. Yeah.
Wow, dude, I dig it.
Came out hot. It came out really good. I learned a lot about the printing process from this too, which was.
I don't know if you guys can see this.
It's challenging, but
there you can see it really well on Heidi.
Yeah, you can
see that.
It's cool.
That is awesome, dude.
It's got a little glitz to it, It's a first book,
Little
maybe we could
make
them
the
all
old
like
razzle dazzle,
Yeah, man. Got to go all out. These are special books,
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, that's exactly it. These are special books. This is the prestige format. Like, and I always go back to Brian Pulido because he's been doing this for a fucking long time, and he will do his prestige format, perfect bound. It's his next chunk of the story, right? Yeah. And then he will release that split in two as single issues out in the comic shops. That way, you can still get those people that want to order it through, the comic shop, but they don't get the stretch goals, they don't get the buttons, the pins, the stickers.
Right.
I could literally make an altar to Lady Death if I wanted, with all of the stretch goal awesomeness that I have.
Dude, his stretch goals are always so much that I have to go take a break and take a piss and then come back later to keep reading. They just go on and on. It's like treasure. It's amazing. Anyway, I don't see how he does all that, but then you see that he has his own factory that he's set up.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
He's got a whole team working for him and they're making it work. That's cool,
right, man.
That's really cool.
He set up a warehouse and he's got HQ, but
I want to get him a copy of Monster MD, dude. Help me get him.
He'd love it. I think he'd love it. I mean, I don't want to speak for him, but I think this would be right up his alley.
Yeah, this is. I mean, maybe Coffin Comics needs Monster MD, or maybe not. I don't know, but I think.
Well, I mean, he backs. He backs campaigns. He does back.
He might have had some interaction when I was campaigning for Monster MD with them, asking if they would retweet it or something to the Coffin Comics people. I think he might have. Well, It was cool. From what I remember, my interaction with them.
Excellent. Yeah, Brian's one of those guys that whenever I go to a convention, I gotta go say hey. We usually end up talking about what new metal bands we're listening to.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes. All right, before I dive into the book, I gotta look at this patch. It's teasing me. There it is. Ooh, dude, this is awesome to see. I remember talking about this, because I was saying, hey, just wanted to let you know that Dynamite has this thing going on as well. And they're like, yeah, I know. Mine's way cooler.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I had an idea for a Black Terror story, and it turned into this 200-page epic script, and it's a return of the dark anti-heroes that I loved in the 80s in comics. And I kind of just wanted to make Black Terror cool in a ways that he hasn't been made cool. So yeah, that was going to be announced at the end of 2020, but no, Monster MD still had to get finished. So
yeah,
those were printed early, obviously, because it's got the wrong date or at the bottom. But I do want to make this my next project, but I have another project that might go also. So yeah, there's 2 projects kind of floating around. I'm just trying to finish Monster MD shipping, and then I want to move on like immediately to, new business, new books.
Oh, absolutely, man, absolutely. Yeah. And you're helping Martino finish Lady Alchemy as well, right?
Yeah, I finished up from what I believe is the final draft of the script, and that book I think also finished the inking. So it's got inks done, all 40 pages, and then it needs to be colored and the lettering laid down, and it's done. So like that's not too far off, I hope.
That's fantastic to hear, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
man, you're all kinds of busy, homie. That's great.
Yeah, I like being busy, man. I need it more than ever. I'm like kind of a freelance writer now.
Right.
I'm not like the guy with just the regular 9-to-5 job anymore. I'm kind of Vaughn alone in a castle making cool shit. So I want to help other people make cool shit. If you need me to write a script, hook me, look me up. I write in pretty good script format that artists usually really like, and I know how to make stories pop and make them fun. I wrote for something I recommend people check out, Tales from the Classroom. Book 2 has a short story by me in it about the redneck mummy bus driver named Cletus. And yeah, it was inspired by the idea that like my redneck bus driver that no one respected as a kid, like really had this epic badass like backstory of like saving people and Nam or some shit. I don't know, like some Rambo backstory.
Awesome.
But like, I was like, what Cletus's be,
Right. Well, it's those little what if stories that you see in your head, or that you come up with in your head while you're, walking down the street, you're driving somewhere, you see somebody, and you have your knee jerk reaction of like, oh, they look like this, but then you think, well, what if it's really like this? And then you let your mind go down that rabbit hole of, this weird, awesome, epic story, and sometimes that yields something cool.
Oh yes! Oh Jesus! Okay,
yeah, I can't wait
for this episode. Yeah, it's cool. Right? Yeah. That's at like 3.5. Is it? I don't know. I think it's 3.5.
Let's see. I got rulers everywhere. Rulers.
Oh, there you go.
Let's see. Yes, 3.5 inches in diameter.
Bang! Perfect for shoulder or your girlfriend's buttocks area.
Right? Yeah, totally. Totally. Yep.
Yeah, that's it. That's it,
dude. Yeah, this I'm so glad you went with this for the patch. I love this, dude. Like, actually, you know what? This might actually go on my bag.
Oh shit!
Now that I think about it,
okay.
Yeah, this might actually go on my bag if it's because it's
everybody who wears my t-shirts and patches. You're gonna look like you're in a heavy metal cult. You just are.
Gonna.
And that's okay.
I mean,
that's just your wardrobe. I'm just adding to your
You're just adding to my cool shit. That's all I'm doing.
Just your summer collection. Yeah.
Exactly, man.
And for other people, be prepared. Oh yeah. I always love those freaking little punky buttons. Man. Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah. I haven't looked at those in a little while.
Yeah, man. Great design.
Books. Yeah, that's cool.
That's awesome. See, that's part of what this show's about, man. It's a celebration of all the fucking hard work that it is to make a campaign, to deliver it. I want to celebrate this shit. And anybody that's like sitting on the fence about like backing a campaign. It's a I don't know. It's a crowdfunding campaign. It's not shopping, blah, blah, blah. You know what? Look, see, fulfilled right here in my hands and good quality. Look at this. So that's part of the reason of this show. It's to celebrate this shit because, if we're not having fun making this, then what the fuck are we doing? Why are we doing this?
You're saying it right and true, my friend. You're laying it down. I like what you're laying down. So there's the John Malin card. It's about a character that's in the main story, he's actually in the beginning, the werewolf. His name's Fritz the werewolf.
Nice.
Fritz is kind of like a low life, like drunkard, like ass, and he gets in all these troubles, and then Wyatt will save him. But then with his werewolf badassery, he'll save Wyatt sometimes. So it's kind of a funny symbiotic, like they kind of resent each other relationship, but they kind of need each other too.
Nice.
So that's about as close as Wyatt gets to a pet dog in this, I would say. Flip the other side. You could on the other side, it's his medical chart instead of just like his stats. We made it look like patient ID. And it's got a medical chart.
Perfect, man.
With stupid with stupid notes, like handwritten notes in there that are kind of dumb. And we got a doctor's note. And it's just a cool design, man. It was Ryan Ontario did it, and he's really good at like I could pitch him whatever concept I wanted, and he could make this happen. You know what I mean? With his design skills. So he was good to work with.
Herpes.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, he's got the FERP.
No, he did a fantastic job on these cards, man.
Yeah.
And you know, I say this whenever I get a campaign in that has cards. Like I literally need to go get some new like sleeves so I can actually start putting these cards away, because I got like stacks and stacks of cards now.
Yeah.
I mean, Phil at least, sent me a sleeve or a sheet with the cards in them. So thanks, Phil. I appreciate that.
That was awesome, Phil. Thank you, dude.
Thank you.
That was cool.
But I think it's great, man. I love the fact that like we're doing cards too.
Yeah.
And because it's a nice little add-on, like a bookmark. Oh
yeah. That was fun to design. I like doing that. I just have fun doing this shit too. Like I want to give you guys like goodies like this. They're not a hassle. I think they're awesome. Like I love that this is like an ad for the Monster Doctor.
Hurt while at play, bundle of hell on the way. Call your local Monster Doctor today. Just call 1-800-CRYPTO Monster MD.
Wow, that was beautiful voice work.
Thanks, man.
I like that. On
the
other side, it's like the eyes of the characters, different characters from the book. I don't know. I just went with it.
Hell yeah, man!
Thought it was cool.
No, it's a unique bookmark design. Usually, sometimes you'll just get like a slice of the cover or something like that. But no, it's a unique take, and I love this. This is.
Yeah, just have fun. I mean, you need to set yourself up to have fun with your campaign. Then what are you doing it for? You need to do it.
Oh, dude! All right, so I've got an idea for a shirt, right? So have like this on the back, and then have him on the front, like with his glove, and then have this on the back.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's hot. That's a cool. I would like to rearrange those to be like,
like one of those old timey like labels or something like that.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah. This is awesome, man. I love the design work that you put into this. All right. So, all right. I'm teasing myself. I'm gonna go with this. Oh, dude, that cover. Dude, I'm so glad that you went with the Virgin cover, like the Virgin artwork on the back. Thank you.
Yeah, I thought that would make people happy. Yeah.
Oh man,
it does. Okay, good.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
It looks very much so.
Okay, cool.
Like just Rob Willis's
that's awesome
work. And who colored this?
Tanya Wicker from.
She did a great job.
She's. I don't know much about her. And I just adore her. I'm like a fanboy for her work, and she colors my stuff, and she just does it great. It's like she knows what I want it to look like. You know what I mean? She's great.
Those colors pop.
She's something else. She's mysterious. We don't talk much about art or anything. We just are like all business, but like I just adore her work still. Artist to artist. So it's been great working with her.
Hey, sorry guys, I've been totally enthralled with the coolness on my desk here, and I've been ignoring you. Arthur Brown says, "What up, Vaughn, brother? I got mine too. It is a solid package." That's what she said.
yeah. I've been sending my packages everywhere, baby. Cool, don't mind me. I'm drunk. Mad Ruth.
What up, Mad Ruth? Welcome.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you liked the Voyagin I offered up to you.
Oh,
sacrifice.
Yeah. Nice and tasty Voyagin.
Sacrifice. Oh my God. Oh my. Call the priest.
You should make that trailer.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting that soundbite.
Oh yeah, totally
to be used later, if with your permission, of course.
Of course. I mean, if you want me to record it again, I'll do that too.
Yeah, that would be cool. But yeah, man, I'm glad you like that. But the way, just FYI though, while we're here, the way I hope people read it is they read Monster MD first before they jump into the crossover.
Okay, then I will put this down.
Okay.
That cover.
Yes.
Not that this isn't beautiful. This is absolutely gorgeous, but these colors just like pop. This pops. So please, my compliments to the chef. Mwah.
Tanya Wicker magic mixed with, of course, the magic of Rob Willis from Shinobi Sasquatch. Getting him to do that cover was special, man. That's just
that's an
the fact that I could give that to people as like a bonus. I thought was really cool. I'm happy.
That's a hell of a cool thing, man. Seriously, I mean that adds a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this book. Look at this thick boy.
Wow. I'm insane. Take advantage of me.
Please.
Now.
Over and over again.
Yeah.
Not taking advantage if I'm willing.
Right. Yeah. There's
wow. This is great, man.
Yeah, it came out nice. I'm
It
really
did.
happy with it.
Who did your printing?
API.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. It feels good. Like in the what I was looking at, what I was noticing on this one, especially, so cool. Like this is pristine too, man. Because I see shit that comes in from Diamond, and you'll have spine ticks like near the staples here and there. But I mean, I don't know if the light shows well enough. But I mean, look at this. Look at that spine. I don't know if you can see because of the glare, but well done. Like this is pristine, all the corners.
Yeah.
So
good to hear. That's the way we like it.
Just saying.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm loving hearing any detail I can about how people get their stuff. If anything's hurt, I send people a new one.
The smell of new printed books. I love it.
I know. Thing of beauty.
She's great with these colors, man. Like
she gets my she gets.
He's wearing a Mayhem shirt, isn't he? He's wearing a Mayhem shirt, isn't he?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
A lot of people appreciate that, which is cool. Fitting. I think it's cool. They when they get that, I'm like, okay, they're gonna get this book.
Yeah. Vaughn, this is great. I'm so excited. I'm going to turn off all electronic devices and tell the world to fuck off and pour myself some whiskey and read this. Like I don't want to spoil it for nobody.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Oh, that looks cool.
Look at it. Look at that face. Look at that face. That's me right now.
That's our hero.
That's me right now wanting to go through this book. But that's all you get.
Yeah. That's all you get. Funny thing about the way Dr. Black looks, it's weird. Like when I first designed him, he was kind of more based off Ryan Reynolds in my head. I felt like he could pull him off like better than a lot of people.
Definitely.
But at the same time, I didn't, I knew he was going to change once I started working on this new version with Monica. So what ended up happening was she drew her version and I said, that's cool. And then over time, I saw more and more pages, people were like, he looks like you. And I'm like, dude, I did not give any direction like at all. And like, I don't think Monica even knows what I look like necessarily. Like, I just gave Monica my character designs, which don't look like me. They looked more like Ryan Reynolds, you know? And then he just kind of shifted once Monica had put him in her style. It was like this shift into the character we know and love now as Dr. Black, who I'm like, you know what? If he looks like me, that's just the universe connecting some weird dots by a happenstance. Like, I didn't say I want. It wasn't a self-insert. You know what I mean? I'm not one of those self-insert guys unless I was going to like maybe make fun of myself like Alfred Hitchcock would do or whatever. Like that's the only time you might see. I don't think about self-inserts. I'm too busy thinking about like the characters in their world. You know, it's like not my thing.
Yeah, exactly. You're trying to tell real stories. You're not trying to, oh, well, this is what I would do if I were in this situation.
Oh, gee willikers, you know,
exactly.
I'm not trying to live vicariously through, you know, comics like a lot of weirdos are these days. It's weird.
Well, you know, and sometimes if you're very similar, I mean, obviously as a writer, you know, you're going to every character you create has something from you in it, you know, but, you know, doesn't necessarily mean you are that character, you know, but being able to empathize with a different point of view, not necessarily agree with said point of view, but being able to empathize in order to maybe possibly write that point of view effectively. I mean, you know, it's almost like you have to be able to think in order to write. I mean, it's a funny thing.
Now, what would I do if I were Iron Man? Huh.
You're not that fucking interesting.
Yeah, seriously. It's not all about you, sweetie. But you know, for me, it's about these characters. Like, I love these characters. I love them. I want to take them further. I want to write more stories, you know, I want to build. And I have great ideas for the future of this. I do have some other books I want to do also, though. So there's going to be a lot of different type of stuff coming from me. And it'll be like very me, but it'll be me exploring different stuff that I've always wanted to in comics, like the dark kind of Avenger hero, you know, who walks, you know, and that, which is a lot of people have done that and with a lot of different characters, you know, and I kind of want to do that Vaughn style.
I mean, just because somebody else has done it doesn't mean you should do it too. You know,
it's like going back to what got you into comics and then dissecting it and going, well, how can I tell a story with that now and make it awesome? You know, that's, I think, a journey a lot of artists should do, you know, autopsy or something, you know, and just embrace the little kid that loved those comics back then as you write it and like, see if they approve and you'll make something awesome. I know I did.
Exactly.
I'm writing cool stuff. Since Monster MD, man, I feel like I'm like at the top of my game writing too. Like I need to write like every day. It's I mean, I get my stuff, I get my packages out and then I, you know, eat and then a little writing and then whatever. But it's, oh man, it's these scripts I'm writing are too much fun. Like I have to get them to people, you know,
dude. And that will show in everything that you make. You know, the more fun that you have while you create, it will come through in the work. I mean, look at this. Look at the design work for this stuff. Like, you know, this in particular, the back of this bookmark. Like, the person that made this is having a fucking hell of a lot of fun playing in this world that they have created. You know,
I don't want to leave.
Exactly. Like, I've got so many stories to tell.
We all do. I know, you know, I get it. Every writer ever, right? But you know, now it's my time to kind of unleash that because I'm becoming better and better at my craft. I'm going to learn how to make leaner, meaner books, still giving people a lot of bang for the buck, and just how to do this for real, I guess you could say, is what I want to do. This is where it's at. I'm getting paid to do what I love. So I mean, isn't that the dream?
Exactly, man. That's exactly it. You know, that's what you're going for, man, and you're doing it. Yeah, you're doing it.
It's a good first start, man.
Fantastic. So the next book is going to be Terror in the Trenches.
Well, I haven't formally announced it. Actually, I don't really know yet because there's a second book in development that's really killer. It's so cool. It's so evil and so fun and just so, it's so well done. and it's got like a lot of fighting. Like it's got a lot of that like horrifyingly fast, evil back and forth, like manga style fighting, you know?
Yeah.
Mixed in with like a lot of heart and soul. And it's just so good. So I might have a different book be my next. It's between Terror in the Trenches and this other book that I'm kind of wanting to make for a bit. So, and the script to it is so killer. Right? It's so, I'm at the top of my game for writing. So I'm just really excited about it.
See this, and this is another consequence of having fun while you're writing. You know, you're in this, you are now this perpetual motion engine of creativity. You know, you're constantly thinking about new ideas, and everything you see is kind of like adding to that creative, I don't know, maelstrom, for lack of a better term, that's going on inside your head. And
here's what it really is, dude. I create, and when I do, it's kind of like puzzle solving. Instead of doing Sudoku or whatever, like online Scrabble or whatever the fuck, like instead of doing crosswords, I'm solving how to make a story engine run, and how to make the characters work, and how to make this world come to life, and how to entertain and bring laughs and bring horror and bring all these feelings. You know, it's like this emotional ride that I'm building or whatever. And when I accomplish certain things with my problem solving and I have breakthroughs, I get a rush from it. It's like, my theory that I'm starting to come up with is that a lot of artists are drug addicts, but not for drugs necessarily. A lot of them do. Let's just be honest. But no, that aside, there's a drug called dopamine, and you get hits from it when you make these accomplishments with your craft, or at least I do. And it feels like, in a way, when I'm up at night writing, I'm having a good time, because I believe that's the state of mind you got to be in to make it fun, make it entertaining. And I'm like smoking a little weed, and I'm writing up a storm, and I'm getting stuff done, and there's this sense of accomplishment with it that's just like it just feels good. And I start to realize, like, creativity is not just for the world. I mean, or else you wouldn't just do it. You're getting your drug from it too. You're getting your hits, man.
Exactly. I mean, and what you're describing, my friend, is what we call in the tech sector the Ballmer peak. I think it's Steve Ballmer, the guy that worked for Microsoft. He was a coder at one point, and I'm probably butchering the story. Anyway, he would get drunk to the point where it would help him code faster, and then he would have to maintain that without getting too drunk, so he would maintain productivity without declining. So they called that the Ballmer peak. So it's the sweet spot. You find that Ballmer peak, and then you ride it.
What happens is you don't go out, you stay in to write sometimes, and it's because you're chasing that feeling. You'd rather have that high from and the accomplishment. I mean, this shit's gonna also pay my bills. Like, oh hell yeah, all right, let's see what happens. Right. But I'm just having the time of my life and doing what I love, and I think it's gonna show in these next scripts, man. I feel like I have something really special here that's going to kind of be like a next evolution from Monster MD up. We'll see.
Hell yes. That sounds fucking amazing, dude. I'm looking forward to seeing what you come up with next, man, because, you seem to enjoy the same kind of shit I do. So I imagine the stories you're going to tell, because, when I tell stories, I want to tell stories that I want to read,
Yeah.
So I imagine, you want to do the same, and stories that you want to read probably are stories I want to read. So I'm excited.
Yeah, man. You've, from what I see from what you've picked from indie comics, you're going to,
I'm going to have to do like a
read
list.
Some Bond stories.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. I'm looking forward to it.
I've got you covered, man. One thing about my stories is I think all of them are going to have elements of horror, at least in some way, like even if it's a light way,
Right.
it's just part of what enjoy in my stories. The dark, the mystery, the unknown around us being, you know, kind of encroaching. I like the dark side of things, I guess, because that's just the type of little creepy Davian child I grew up as, you know.
I can just picture it now, little Vaughn running around. It's all for you, Vaughn. It's all for you. Anybody in the audience got a question for Vaughn before I let the wild Vaughnster back to do what he does best, writing kick-ass comics for us to check out?
Or in this case, eating Korean barbecue, because that's what's waiting for me after this baby.
Damn. All right, y'all. He's got Korean barbecue waiting on him, so we can't hold him for much longer. Anybody got questions?
I want to hear questions if anyone has anything. If not,
anybody,
cool.
Yes.
I love you, all of you. You're all awesome.
She says, yes, I have
4. Okay, I like this. I like
so excited to put them on everything. Okay, so I have 2 and Cy has 2, but what else?
Oh, you're in for a treat then.
I don't have
you're in for a treat.
I don't have a Discord, not yet. Max, thanks, Max. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, there will probably be a Discord soon. I keep hearing that's the thing to do. So,
is that what the kids are doing so that they can?
That's what the kids are doing these days. They tell me Discord. Back in my day, that meant a bunch of people fucking arguing. I don't know what the hell's going on anymore.
Yeah.
Tacos, burritos, or nachos?
Oh, that's a great question. If I had to like sustain myself off like one thing forever, it would definitely be the California burrito from this place called I don't remember, Mama Something's in Chicago. There's this great burrito joint. No, wait, what is it called? Angela's Burrito Style, Chicago. That of all places, that joint is like open for the drunks till like 4 a.m. and they put up with some bullshit. And they still serve a damn good burrito that's big and hearty and makes all the drunk people shut the fuck up and just eat and be happy again. And like they put these like yummy seasoned French fries in the burrito along with like and it's called like a California burrito. And you bite in, you get these 2 super yummy French fries that just like, and with the steak. The steak is always fresh off a grill, dude. It's like hot. It's wet. It's awesome. Their burritos are kick ass. And like that changed my mind. I probably would have said tacos back in the day, but like, no, man, like Angela's burrito style.
I mean, that sounds like one hell of a burrito.
Yeah, dude. It sustains you for like days.
I'm going to go with that burrito. That sounds fucking amazing. I mean, I was thinking nachos, but nah, fuck that shit. I
Angela's that burrito style.
California that sounds fucking great.
I've like hung out with people where they were having a bad day, so I bought them one of those, and like it turned everything around. Like,
hell yeah, man!
This is fucking good.
The world looks a little bit different when you got good grub in your belly.
Actually, someone tried to ruin them for me too, though.
Oh,
yeah,
people.
Yeah, I came home. My ex, back then we were dating. She was passed out in a chair with her back to me in the kitchen. It looked like a horror movie. She was like slightly hunched over. I was like, "What? And I walk around, and as I walk around, there's like all this burrito coming out of her face. It's all down her face. It's down her shirt. It's like down on her crotch. It's on the floor. Just like this burrito, like poured itself out all over her, and she just like passed out. And I was just like, "Shit! Like she's gonna have to clean this up."
Wow, man!
I helped her out. I helped her out. But that was scary. I felt like I could almost hear like the screeching violins as I like went around her, and I was like, "Is she dead?" Like horror movie fans, like you imagine, like is her face off? Like is she gonna be is she gonna be laughing, maniacally, eating her fingers? Yeah. So anyway, no, it turned out she was just a drunk asshole.
Matt Ruth asks, have the international copies shipped?
Oh, I've sent many copy international. I don't know how many, but dude, every time I do a big bunch of shipping, there's a good percentage of international ones. So yeah, look out for it. I hope you guys get the tracking too. I hope there's nothing weird about that with stamps. But yeah, I've sent out, a lot of people told me they got theirs in Britain and where else? Germany, I think.
Awesome.
Sweden, Switzerland, things like that. Neutral ground. I don't know. Yeah, it's cool, man. It's all around the world now.
Red Valkyrie asks, when is Vaughn going to come hang out on Topicless and Regen Cycle?
Those sound
Triple
like
question marks.
Those sound like anime card battle games, and I want to be on both of them. I want to be on Regen Cycle Season 3.
Regen Cycle is the hangout stream on Friday nights on Red Valkyrie.
Yeah.
And Topicless is the show I do with Jason Bascom on Tuesday nights.
Oh, okay. See,
Topicless Tuesday.
I have seen like a bit of Topicless before. I had forgotten though. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Good job.
Ooh,
and yeah, I want to hang.
Infamy spreads.
Yes. Yeah. I've seen it, man.
Awesome, man. But yeah, no, they're both just chill streams. We just hang out, and I actually attempt to do artwork on the stream. I actually made a bunch of progress last time. As a matter of fact, where did I set that? I set that. Yeah, I'll show everybody. This is what I was working on Topicless last night. Today is Wednesday, right? I haven't completely lost a day. So yeah, this is the artwork for the card for Absolute Book 2, which is also.
I'm gonna have to hire you to draw something for me because you just do the metal like aesthetic on your own. Like
I would be honored, man.
You don't. No one tells you, right? This is just you, right?
Like, this is just me. I mean, this is here. You want to see the wall of inspiration up here?
Yeah, dude. Is it tits? Is it a bunch of titties?
Yeah.
Because yeah.
Quit.
Yes. Lady Death.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
My man Stephen Hughes. Like, ain't nobody draw beautiful women like Stephen Hughes drew beautiful women.
Look
and then we got
titties.
Michael Turner.
Oh,
and then,
that's a beautiful Michael Turner poster. I covet that, dude. I want.
Right.
That's bad. Look at those sweet old X-Men's you got. Those John Burns.
Oh yeah, dude. That's Days of Future Past up there. That's
that's rad.
Both issues.
Dude.
And then we got a Phil Jimenez original sketch. He did that for me at Boston Comic Con in fucking 2004. Just like, quick
really
little
cool.
like 30-second, maybe a minute and a half sketch. Like he just did a quick little pencil thing and then microns done. I was like,
beautiful.
Yeah. So this is the wall of inspiration. This is the comic that made me want to. Oop, and there goes the camera. You know what? Now you're free. This is
free, Vaughn.
Yeah, exactly. This is the comic that made me want to work in comics. Made me want to draw comics.
That's a good choice.
Mark
I mean,
Spera.
I see why, man. That was Jim Lee just at the top of his she is next.
Right. And I took it to San Diego and got it signed. This cover got ripped off by a friend, and I found it later, and it was ripped in half. So I took it back, put it back on the comic, took it to San Diego Comic-Con, many years later, met Jim Lee, had him sign it, and it will likely be buried with me. I took it out of the sleeve and handed it to him, and he like flipped it over and looked at the spine, and then looked at me, and then looked at the book, and looked at me again, and looked at the book.
Okay.
And I was like, no, let me tell you the story about this motherfucker right here. So yeah.
Okay.
So
that's amazing.
The look he gave me was priceless, dude. Shit. But yeah, guys, go back Absolute because Jason is awesome. That book is gonna be fucking hot. And as you can see, the stuff that I got from Vonsta is fucking fantastic. Go grab Monster MD now.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate
your support. Dude. I appreciate you making good shit like this, man. Seriously, we need good comics. That's what this is all about. We need people that are in love with this medium. We need people that want to tell good stories, that they're in this to tell good stories with comics because they love comics, not because they want to go somewhere else, not because they got some other plan, but because they love comics. This it's
I mean, I love certain TV shows right now, but in general, nothing really gets me going that much. So I have more fun doing my shit like this. That's where I get to do things my way, write the stories I want to see, surprise people, make those little breakthroughs, get that dopamine hit, and Bob's your uncle, man. Get my fix in, because every book is, it is kind of like there is a lot of work involved, but the payoff is just awesome. So I'm just really glad people are digging Monster MD. I really hope you enjoy the read. I've appreciated your support, man, forever. You're my kind of fan, like I said.
Hell yeah,
I appreciate you having me on, because this is a big moment. I'm glad I'm finally getting it out. Thanks for everyone's patience, because I had a lot of content to make happen, and I'm just glad it's happening and people are happy with it. So.
Hell yeah, man. No, I appreciate you coming on to hang out, man. I know you're busy as hell trying to get all this shit out. And, I appreciate you taking the time. 24 Eyes says, how does someone reach you guys about guests to talk about your projects? And somebody said Twitter. Everyone's on Twitter. Boomers. Twitter is garbage. Yeah, but it's what we got. So, thank you all so much for coming to hang out with me and Vaughn this evening on What's in the Box. We're going to head on out of here because Vaughn and I got shit to do. So it's time to go. Thank you now very much. We appreciate you being
twerk it, girl.
The doctor. Is he?
It seems that envy is my sin.
Oh, what's in the box? What's in the fucking box?